Yeah, absolutely. It should be, as long as they can do it properly, right? Just so many ways to protect, either with a Wukong, an Axe Call, a Requiem, a Stomp from the ET, a lot of different things. I'm not always too crazy about ET and Phoenix as the duo of supports. I've seen this quite a lot of times, is your damage is always just, it's uncontrollable a lot of the time with the Phoenix, and your ET is very much so about getting his nice Stomp setups. Your damage will break the Stomp setup almost every time. Your Egg as well, just that natural tick damage, it'll break the Stomp. So we'll have to see at least some synergy work out between these two. But like we said, there's so many different ways to cover that Egg that I think they're going to be all right with him breaking the Stomp.
Yeah.
They have that Requiem and Call and Boundless and everything else. So.
Of course, over on the side of burjui, as Carl was really picking up towards the end as they passed over, you know, the thing that's going to be a lot of fun to see from them, it's got to be this Flax Invoker, right? He did so much in that last game as the Queen of Pain. Let's see what he's going to be able to do on the Invoker.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of fun stuff with the amount of control that you can provide with the new shard, with your like ice walls being vector targeted. You can just stand so far away inside the fights and kite even harder. There's a lot of really cool things that I've been seeing, to be honest with you, from many different invokers.
We'll see what Flax is able to pull off this game. And so with the lane setup overall, I mean, you're looking at these side lanes, thinking that anyone's going to have a tough time here in this early game?
Let's take a look. Bottom might be a little bit difficult for the first few levels, but then I feel like the Timber should be able to just do fine. And I feel like he can actually apply some decent pressure, especially onto Spar, and they maybe get some kills. I guess maybe Runic might struggle a bit. This is a pretty strong duo. The Axe plus the Phoenix, we haven't seen it much, but Battle Hunger plus Fire Spirits, very, very annoying and lots of harassment. Disruptor can sometimes have some trouble to sustain his Ursa through it.
Yeah,
I'm mostly just going to be staring at mid because it's, you know, it's an old school matchup, and it is the Quaswex versus the Shadow Fiend, so you'd imagine Flax is going to have some trouble. He's going to get behind on last hits a bit.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you would imagine Wish is going to have a little bit of a lead here, but you know, see how much Flax can do with the well-timed tornadoes to secure those important range creeps. Yeah, definitely not an easy lane for him here to start things off. Wish warding him away there with the raises.
It really never feels like a good lane as the Quaswex, because now he's got his bottle, he can force the waves into you. You have to play very confident and very kind of just aggressive as this Quaswex, because you're going to lose this matchup hard, and your tower is going to get under pressure. So maybe we see rotations or something to bail him, but we'll see what type of plan that they do have for this Flax Invoker.
Yeah. And again, you know, that this is sort of a similar situation to what he started with last game, right, as the Quap. He was playing one of these heroes that didn't have a good lane, had a tough opening, but it didn't matter in the long haul. So we'll see if he's, you know, going to be able to sort of pull off a similar level of performance again from a lane where he's not in a favored matchup.
Yeah, in Quap though, in that last game, it was a Queen of Pain versus like no stuns, so that's where he had so much freedom to really do. Invoker, much tougher hero to kind of just bail yourself out of a bad scenario after a laning phase. It's got to be very on point from him. And yeah, he's already getting doubled up. And we're seeing Atufix, he should actually be going down here, I think, with the slow and the damage.
Certainly with the Battle Hunger chased down. And they've got him there. As you said, these two heroes just so much pressure that they can put on these sort of helpless supports. You know, something like a Disruptor just is not going to be able to do anything to save himself from being run down by these two.
At least he pulled them really far from his Ursa, like all the way to his tier 2, so Ursa got, what, like 3, 4, 5, 6 last hits for free. He's going to be getting toward his Ring of Health, which will help a lot versus that constant damage that's coming out. So, all in all, not the worst death from Atufix.
Yeah, as you said, the best he can do for his lane right now. It's not an easy one, but
we got the rune check coming out in about 15 seconds. We see Nyx already getting in position. They have to be sure that do not let Wish fill up that bottle, because Wish, he also has his boots already. So I mean, Flax, he's gone for the double null. He actually can get killed by Wish pretty easily with these boots and bottle and level 3 raise.
Let's see where the rune is to be.
Oh, Kilo's level 1.
Oh, and he's going to die surely. Wish just finding the angle, and Kilomancer accepts his fate. At the same time, top lane again, Skylark and Stomanen able to run him down. Second kill onto the Disruptor in this top lane, as they're now at 3-0.
Oh, that's a level 1 Nyx. I mean, it's 4 minutes in, Owen. I mean, that's a concern for sure.
Oh, he's nearly level 2. You know.
Nearly there.
Nearly.
Their supports are really struggling this time around. They also lost the Disruptor top in the meanwhile. Now Runic is alone. And they're actually just leaving the Monkey King alone bottom because he's in a 1v1 versus Timber. Spartan's making the moves around it. They're going to kill the Ursa.
They certainly are. Stomp is there on target. It's a brutal opening to some of these lanes, this top lane in particular.
Yeah. Earn charge is now also finished up for Stomina. So now they have even more damage going to be putting out onto that Ursa and Disruptor. Yeah, these lanes, this is really problematic already for burjui. They're going to need some type of salvaging force, but they don't have great ways to rotate around the lanes like they did last time. This Nyx is very underleveled, and Invoker is much more behind than the Queen of Pain was last time.
And Killermancer.
Still level 1.
He's still level 1. He is. They're running him down. But he's going to be all right. He's going to be able to get away from them this time. They don't have that bit of catch.
He's level 1, so even if they catch him, it's not like this massive kill. So, you know, he's kind of baiting him around a little bit.
We'll see top Skylark getting close underneath the tower there. Runic able to turn Flax, coming in with the TP to try and help out. Got the glimpse back onto Skylark, and they'll have the damage to take him down. Good control here from a 2-fix. And it's Flax also able to help out with that Cold Snap and DMP. Make sure that there's no way for the Axe to live.
Nice little needed rotation for himself. We see Focus bottom. Getting gone on by Oker, but he full heals very quickly. And now Spartan's back down there to help.
And again...
And this lane setup is working very nicely here for Brame.
Yeah, doing well with the power runes again though. burjui at least able to secure for a second time the rune against this bottle on the SF. In fact, the rune there was an invis. Flax to set up and get close in onto Wish. Nice stun from Killermancer. Will follow up, but they got quite enough damage. Fire is there, and Wish will be able to make it alive. So
Spartan's coming over. Might have a stomp. I don't think they have enough damage to set up for this, though.
Let's see, stomp onto the 2 same time. A bit of an attempt onto the Axe up top, but Skylark will be fine. Well, attempting to run down Killermancer, but as you say, just was him on his own. As great as the stomp on 2 was, nothing to follow it up at the moment.
I mean, it's looking really good for Brame, the way they've set everything up too. And now with the fact that they have this last pick Shadow Fiend, you know, we were talking about how they didn't have, maybe like the 3rd pick or so, the Timber Saw didn't have any solutions. They can kill this Timber at almost any stages because of that Shadow Fiend, with that aura from the ET that's going to be coming into play too, and also the Monkey King having a good start. It's going to be tough for burjui really to come back in this game, it does feel. It's going to be all on the Invoker rotations, seeing what he can do with this Urn now picked up, and yeah, he's going to start looking to move.
Let's see where he wants to head. Top Killermancer.
Oh,
catching them with the Carapace. Let's see if they can go for this here with the Cold Snap. The call to hold back Killermancer. Killermancer himself might be the one to go down here, dying to the Battle Hunger. He'll full dive away for Stominance. Stominance still alive here.
Still alive.
Getting away from the 3 of them. Time has been bought for Spartan to head over. Stomp won't be quite in position though, as burjui back off as soon as the Spirit is sent out. But they keep Stominance alive. He's able to make it out of there.
Look at these stacks too. They're getting so much ready over here. burjui is going to start scouting them out, but looking at Wish already has Boots of Travel finished, and he got the best tier 1 item in the game. The good old Fairy Trinket. Definitely the best one.
Okay.
So he's going to be able to match the mobility of the Invoker quite a bit here with these Boots of Travel. Join his team.
We'll see up top Skylark. He'll go down this time. Good stun and control, and Flax, he's even trying to look for more. Some of them dive away. Flax, has he got anything else to throw out? Not quite. Stominant into the trees. Actually, I say that Flax, he's still hunting, and maybe with the speed that he has, he might get this. Dominant trying to juke it out. One hit isn't enough, though. Wish turns around with a big, hard-hitting right clicks. No mana on Wish, though, for the Razors. So fortunate enough for Flax to be able to head off. And with the TP up, he'll manage to get back to base and reset himself.
Nice little tier 2 armor bonus there. It's definitely saving the Phoenix. A little +3 armor, I believe you get from the tower, coming into play. And yeah, so Wish with Boots of Travel. I love Fairy Trinket, man. This item is insane.
I guess especially on these heroes like the SF, where you're cleaning through your mana pool with the way you want to farm with the Razors.
And the way spell damage works for this hero too, it's so nice. The stacking amplifier, any type of extra damage is always so nice. He's actually going to pass it up though for the Fated Brooch because he's got the bots for the movement speed, but...
Alright.
I've heard a lot of players talk about how that item is regarded as, it almost feels like a tier 3 or tier 4 item. It's pretty insane because it's like a mini Kaya in a way.
Oh, coming up to 10 minutes in, and Brame still with the lead, but just 1k in it. So
yeah,
Calm has allowed burjui to keep themselves close behind, despite the fact that some of these lanes were really set up to be rather difficult for burjui.
Yeah, a very nice recovery. Like Uker, he's actually got he's up to level 8. He's pretty farmed up on this Timber in comparison to the Axe. Skylark, who had like an excellent start top, is the same as the Timber saw. So I feel like that's pretty big there. But Skylark does have a triple Ancient stack that he's just farmed up. Timber bottom. Looks like they're trying to set up with the SF rotation.
Oh, they've got the Stomp. He's in with position for the Requiem. And now Leesley do it. More than enough magic damage to eliminate the Timber Saw.
Look at that move speed, man. 455 on this Shadow Fiend now. Even without the haste, he can just move around the map so easily.
I mean, with sort of the bots first, are you imagining him to get the... Okay, yeah, the Yules next.
The Yules build, yeah, just movement speed build and just easy setup for kills. Yeah, he can just... I mean, Yules versus Ursa too, it's just always going to be amazing. Yeah.
And would you say, you know, as was mentioned on the panel, you know, Arcane Blink, ridiculous on SF. After the Yules, if you're having a good game, is that sort of the dream build-up? You do just get the Blink and upgrade it, or do you think Wish is going to need other items?
Wait up, bottom Timber, getting gone on again. He's going to drop down quickly. I think this is a game where I don't think it's needed. I feel like he can just play it safer. He already has like this.
Got the setup.
If he just, he can, I guess he can if he wants to, but I don't feel like it's needed. That's like kind of the swag fun play. Just to protect the egg, right? Because like the egg's going off, it's about to pop. He Arcane Blink Requiem's in a quarter of a second and saves the egg. So it can have some fun usages. I feel like he doesn't have to go for it though. Bottom, focus.
I'm trying to go for him here. Stomp. And he's going to catch the two of them though. As they've got to be careful now, burjui, as they're backing off. Flax heading away with the Ghost Walk. Fast Raise does clip him, keeping him low. Flax having to be very cautious. The Toothache, he's having to force sort of them to back off with the Static Storm. Desperately throwing abilities out to try and stop Brame from getting any kills out of this. And it will work, they keep themselves safe. But Brame back to jumping ahead in the lead with the farm here. Now a 4k advantage back on track.
Kilometer's getting a good position here onto Focus. Actually gets the stun. Focus is almost dead.
He's gonna get glimpsed, but the egg
is down.
It is. He'll turn and get the strike down. And he's going out with the TP, and he'll make it away. Oh, the Supernova stun, in fact, stopping Uka from being able to pull that Chakram back in for that extra bit of passover damage, so he couldn't get the kill in time. Stominen is also going to make it out himself.
Oh my god. What a nice fight by Brame, setting up and kiting them away. Just beautiful play there from Focus surviving.
And Spartan also able to TP out. So poor old Uka having 3 heroes TP out underneath his nose there, and he couldn't do anything about it.
Oof. Painful. They do still have runic farming very nicely, but this is quite a big deficit, and he is not into some easy matchups this game. Sure, he's good versus a couple of these heroes, but this Monkey King, this Shadow Fiend, these last 2 pickups, they're going to prove problems for this Ursa. The Shadow Fiend in particular, because of this movement speed build, he's going to be going like 120 move speed over this Ursa in most of these fights. So it will always be hard. Mid, Flex.
Then they're trying for him here. The ult will bring him back a little bit. Field's down though, and TP's come through, stopping them from chasing in. Or I say stopping them, they're still having a look to step up to the high ground. I mean, Brame know that they're strong right now. Skylark.
Got the blink on Skylark. He can look to set up.
And he's going to make a move straight away with the TP down bottom. He's looking to try and catch Uka off guard. Can he get the jump? Not quite. Off the mark, and Uka's able to step away.
That's the blink reveal too, so now they're aware of it, and they're going to make their own punch. They're going to move 4 heroes bottom. No earn charges on the Invoker at the moment, though. So might have some trouble keeping the catch going. They got to have Kilomancer get some good setup, good glimpse action. Yeah, they need to get something out of here. And they know that these 2 just ported bottom, so that's the one good thing. They know they can't like instantly just bail out, so maybe get a nice cut angle in order to catch them off here to get some kills. Do have to watch out for the other TPs, but this could be a pretty nice smoke for burjui.
Oh, here we go. Looks like it was just a brief pause as we get back in. But yeah, the kill's ever so important. If they don't get any action done, Brame will just continue to outfarm them with their cores.
Yep.
Especially with this Aghanim Scepter pretty much being completed on the Monkey King.
Oh my, yeah, that is very quick. They're trying to set up, they're bringing the Invoker in too. He's got an Arcane Rune to scout. Skylark's actually going to continue showing on the wave. He's got the Blink ready. They're actually not going to... Okay. He gets to actually walk out of there.
Yeah, not quite able to set up on him in time, and the Skylark just playing it smart. Senses something's up and he's away.
And now they're able to pressure the other lanes. Top's going to get pushed in, mid as well from Shadowfiend.
Or maybe
He's got the Yules.
Killermonster might still be able to find him.
They need more.
Yeah, it's just him and a 2-fix. I don't think so either. No, they're not going to go for it with just the two of them. Both Flax and Uka elsewhere by the tower, not ready to push on with them.
Wish does have the Blink queued up, so there's potential. There's definitely potential for him going for the Arcane Blink still. So tower trade gonna come out. This is one of the better trades I still feel like for burjui. They need to get some type of map control. And it is gonna be the enabling build, it looks like, from the Invoker that we've seen Topson do a lot in the past in particular. Just Solar Crest to buff up that Ursa.
Yeah, it makes the most sense for sure, especially when the game's sort of fallen at the pace that it has here for burjui. It's going to be all about making sure that Runic is able to clean up, to empower him in every way that you can through your abilities and itemization.
Yeah, he's really going to need it, as he's getting quite out-farmed here. This Monkey King, like you said, Aghanims is finished. He's got the beautiful Orb of Corrosion as well.
See what they could do about stopping this push mid here from Brame, as Brame's starting to get back to poking on this tier 1 mid. Uka
Skylark
off the mark again with the call. burjui, and they got Flax trying to look for some sort of setup. They are onto Focus. Stun comes out. Supernova will be there to try and force them to back away from the fight. Focus getting a little bit low here in the Static Storm, but he's able to get the Jingu Mastery stacks up, drop down the Boundless Strike, and along with the heal from the Sunray, he's able to get out of there. Focus the side, but they do have the grab back. Glimpse comes into play from a 2-fix. The Requiem pushing back the rest of burjui though.
And Runic dies.
He dies. The tick damage there of Stominate. As it's 2 down, Spartan still charging in, making space for Wish and Skylark to follow up onto Flax with the Blink. There's just 3 dead on burjui. An unsuccessful hold here of the tier 1 tower. Even with that glimpse back onto the Monkey King. I mean, sure that they're killing the Monkey King, but of course at this point of the game where just as a whole Brame's 3 cores are just that far ahead in comparison to burjui, 1 core kill isn't going to be enough to get the team fight going their way.
No, they have massive damage issues. The Ursa can't get into the fights at this point still with just a Battle Fury. There's too much control. And I mean, Skylark, I was gonna mention this because he didn't go for a stick or anything like that. He actually did the most perfect mana usage on this axe. He got beautiful calls over and over again, got a nice dunk reset. He actually played that fight really well with the limited mana pool he had. And yeah, I mean, burjui just massive damage problems, and it feels like that's going to continue for quite a while. And they don't have the same team fight as Brame does at all. This does not feel like it's going to get much easier for them, as big items coming out for the rest of Brame. They just need to get their BKBs online. If they want to go the safe route on the Radiant side, they just get the BKB on the Monkey King and the Shadowfiend, and then they have full reign. Because pretty much all of the heroes on the side of burjui, besides the Ursa, are completely magic damage. So I think that's the safest route they could go for.
Oh, for sure. And then the Ursa himself, Runic, he's only rocking a Battle Fury right now, so
yeah,
he's just not scary at all. He needs more time.
And he can't go for something that's going to be a big impact like a BKB this game, because there's just too many things that go through it. So he has to go for more type of scaling build. So it really feels like the next 10 minutes or so is going to be very difficult for burjui to really accomplish much.
Yeah, it feels like it could start to get a little bit rough here. 15 to 3.
They find Wish.
See if they can finish him. He's trying to get that Requiem out, and will manage to do so, pushing the two of them back with the Fear. There'll be enough space for him to run away. Runic was trying to head over to catch them off, but at the same time, top lane, burjui losing more as Killermonster goes down. Uka coming in to try and defend this tower against them, but has to be very cautious how he steps up against these 4, especially if he gets into the range of Skylark and his Blink.
Yeah, and he might actually do that. Skylark's in.
They've
got backup, a lot of it.
They do, just instantly. The Wukong's come on with a few raises. No chance for Uka.
this is looking real rough. Not seeing too many forms of recovery for them here. All 3 cores so far behind, supports as well. Just map closing very quickly.
Just big moves all round from Brame. He's looking pretty unstoppable here in this second game of the series.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that, you know, Stoma is literally higher level than everyone else on the side of burjui pretty much is a huge problem. This Phoenix, level 2 egg, he's got Spirit Vessel, had a perfect game. See if they can get a kill here.
I should do so.
On the 5 position.
Spartan, he'll go down. It's a kill.
It's a kill.
They'll take what they
They need
get.
some charges.
Yep, they need anything that they can find here, burjui. Anything to just sort of buy you these precious moments in which they can be a little comforted in the knowledge that Runic won't be being hunted. He can continue to try and farm towards his first item after the Battle Fury. I am seeing such limited moves for them. It's so much pressure onto this Nyx Assassin. He's their only stun, so he has to pretty much do everything for them to peel these massive heroes away from his teammates. And yeah, they're getting some time at least to farm for this Ursa, but not looking too great as Skylark is getting toward his BKB as well. So it looks like they're going to go for a triple BKB timing on the side of Brame. And yeah, that's going to make it even more impossible as Focus is, he's starting the Rosh. He's doing the good old Monkey King things. Where you just drop your nice Aghanims and it just kills the Rosh for you. It looks like at the moment at least burjui not having any knowledge of this going on. I mean, there's good ward coverage, and we're seeing sort of these like 5 sentries from Brame inside of burjui's jungle. They just removed any information that burjui had up here. So burjui not aware of this at all. And again, even if they were, very, very hard to fight or do anything about pushing away this lineup of Brame that has such strong team fight around Roche.
They sent the Forge Spirit in, actually, so they did see it, and they made the call to just completely going for it. And then they Sunstrike to kind of scout as well. So Aegis for Focus, so even before his BKB's finished, he's safe, and they're going to set up for bottom to defend.
Flax trying to turn with the Tornado, and the glimpse back onto the SF did remove Wish from this defense.
Oh, look at this egg. Very aggressive.
burjui there, they're making the retreat. Wish trying to jump in, was looking for Flax there with those blind raises. Flax off to the east, he'll be able to dodge them. See what they can find. If it's just going to be Killermancer, it looks like it will be. Killermancer will be the one to be caught. The rest of burjui able to make it away there.
You can see how bloodthirsty they are on the side of Brame, how much ahead they really are too. Phoenix on the way to level 15 now. And yeah, they can just keep running around looking to hunt and take every single battle to burjui. I don't know what the item timing is for burjui to really have a big impact back in. Ursa?
Well, they found him. Static Storm will stop the Wukong's command. Runic popping the Enrage in an attempt to get away. Spartan able to juke him out with the Glimmer. Does catch the Stomp onto the Ursa. Ukoro with the Timber Chain. Focus, he's ready to set up. Wukong's command is down. Instantly put to a stop though by that Glimpse, ripping him out of it.
Okay. So they buy themselves a little bit more time, and it looks like it is going to be Runic going for a BKB, so maybe that's going to be their timing, a BKB on him as well as a Solar Crest on the Invoker, but it doesn't feel like one of those like big timings that's going to change anything versus the side of Brame as they continue their aggression. And yeah, triple BKBs are pretty much done for them, so these fights are going to be much easier for their side, not only because of those BKBs, but because of their just way overwhelming team fight and advantage now. Runic, Yule's combo.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Wish gets him.
Same time mid lane, Skylark, he's found the jumping on to Killermancer. As Killermancer falls over to the side of Tufix, slowly being burnt down by the Sunray. 3 dead yet again, 21-4.
This is rough.
This is looking pretty irrecoverable right now for burjui. Their only real, as you say, source of scaling carry is this Ursa, and they're still at a point in this game where Brame are very easily able to pick him off in these fights.
And they just have, I mean, look at all the map control too. All the waves are being pushed in again, and they've only lost their 1 tower, and they've just got great ward coverage. There's just not a lot for burjui really to do. in this game at the moment is, yeah, everyone they see is just, they have BKB, so they can't even do a big initiation. They have to just 100-0 them out of a stun, which is pretty unlikely with their damage output.
Absolutely. You know, it's really a team of sort of 4 heroes that just offer a lot of control, and then an Ursa that you're kind of relying to do all the heavy work when it comes to beating heroes down. And of course, he's just not in a place to do that. There'll be a buyback from Killermancer. They'll attempt to try and turn this fight around the tier 2s. Skylark, cold snap to the MPs. He's out of mana. But still, burjui just nothing they can really offer to get back in onto the lineup of Brame.
They have to all show up, all 5 heroes, to try to stall, to keep this tier 2 tower alive, which means Ursa's not getting that extra time to farm. They're going to smoke out to try to maybe catch something here. Well, like we were saying, the BKBs are at the ready. And now Wish can go back for that blink, that upgraded blink dagger, that arcane blink, because he has the BKB. It's a lot safer.
He's found an invis rune.
He's just going to break the smoke.
Do they have detection to drop down for this? They do. Sentries there. Find him with a glimpse, but nicely timed blink. And of course, just the BKB, making sure that he's not going to be dragged back by anything. Skylark's going to look to try and chase down Killermancer over to the side. They pop the supernova, but they will manage to take it down. The egg is removed, so they can get anything else though, because Focus, he's running down a 2-fix. The 2-fix holds him back in the Static Storm. Over to the side, Spartan being controlled by the combo of Flax, but Wish comes in with the Requiem, pushing them back. Flax still alive though, will survive on the edge of it all. And Brame, they have lost 2, but now burjui, they've lost their big one. Runic down, Wish jumping over to Warzuka as he's on the retreat. Chain out, he will manage to make it away. A 2-fix turning back to put the Thunderstrike on Focus to limit his ability to chase. Glimpse as well onto the Monkey King. But Wish is charging straight over towards the 2-fix. 2-fix out in time though with the TP. So, well, all things considered, you know, burjui able to have a fight there where they were able to find some kills in return. They did still, of course, lose their Ursa though, and it's still not going to quite be that fight that turns around this game or anything really close to that.
Yeah, I mean, that was their best situation that happened, but it was not a good situation either way, because that Ursa did end up going down in the end there. Did at least keep their Invoker alive for the moment. He is starting to scout around, but yeah, the 18,000 gold lead, just still so much control. We see Brame they can play this game so chill because they went for the safe route as well. They went for the BKBs. They have like no risk really when they are isolated, when these heroes are alone. 3 cores. So many different things they can play around. Oh, I'm so excited to see an Invoker too, but this one is real rough. This game
it's tough.
He's having an okay game. There's not too much he can do after how every lane went. It feels like.
I mean, that's true. Lanes. Yeah, you know, he's 3-1-3. The team's got 6 kills. You know, Flax has been involved in everything. You know, he's trying his best, but yeah, just the way sort of this game went downhill pretty early for burjui, with Brame just dominating these side lanes and just having these heroes that whilst they have this sort of lead, very hard for burjui to slow down with the lineup they have available.
Yeah, just if they had the overwhelming team fight, maybe, but they lack so much. And we see Focus jumping in.
He's able to get a nice call onto the 3 of them. Focus pops the BKB. The dunk not going to do anything though. The stick charges pop. burjui's up to the high ground. They will manage to make it away without losing anyone there from that attempt from Focus and Skylark. You get him up to the high ground. Focus. Static Storms as well. Runic's in on top of him. They're able to take him out. They've killed off the Monkey King. Wish is up to the high ground with the BKB. Skylark gets the call onto the 2 of them and is found. The big one gets Runic as Runic goes out. Dead for 50. I mean, again, they are losing the Ursa, but again, burjui, they are finding a couple of kills in return. And burjui, they're not quite done. Uka's trying to chase on. He's up to the high ground with the Timber Chain. He's looking over towards Wish. Killermancer's there with the wraparound, has the stun. Black dropping down the cold snap. Wish is getting low. They're going to be able to burst through him, take him out. He's down for 75. Now they're going to turn their attention over towards Spartan. Spartan into the trees with the Glimmer. Are they going to be able to find him? They're not. He's out with the TP in time. But this time round, I mean, losing the Ursa, they don't mind. They actually got quite a lot out of that defense.
They got all 3 cores. That was huge. I don't think the Monkey King was I think he was playing a little bit too eager, walking up on that high ground, just forgetting a bit about that glimpse. But beautiful play by Fix.
Yeah.
Not only just the glimpse play, but then hesitating for a second, waiting till like half the Wukong animation goes out. Then he drops the silence, and they get such good positioning. Even though Spartan got, what, two to three very nice calls, they're able to get the resets and get some pretty good pickups for themselves. Runic getting the big one. I don't think he got the last hit per se, but I think he did get... He was able to at least stick on these targets and has now a basher.
Yeah, this is impressive stuff from burjui. I mean, you know, sure, in game one, where we sort of saw the players you know, pop off, that was a game where they were behind a little bit. You know, this time round, they're down 16k, 26-9. It's a lot harder of a playing field for them to come back into, but maybe there's a chance here for burjui, and particularly so if Brame do continue to make these overly aggressive mistakes, jumping up to the high ground and the tier 3s like that.
Absolutely. That's going to be the big one, right? It's like the BKBs wearing out and just glimpse plays.
Yeah.
That's how burjui can't take advantage of these mistakes. So, Brame, they were playing a little relaxed, I would say, with the way that they were going. Not their item decisions. I feel like they've been really good with their items of this safe thing, but just a little bit too risky of a play there. They don't need to make those type of plays, right? They already have this very nice confined draft and nice confined lead. They don't need to go for those high ground plays just yet. Sticking themselves around the Roche, about 90 seconds until that does spawn. They're going to go for a smoke play here, but it looks like burjui knew it, actually. That
burjui knew
they have down, so I said that.
I like it. Well, here we go. See what they can get with this Invis rune as well available, so Spartan can step right into the front of it all.
Both Deso finished up on focus now too, and I believe not quite the arcane blink done yet for Wish. Soon though.
Just the recipe away. And that, you know, at that point, a lot of focus on a 2-fix. Obviously, if the BKB's already off, not a lot he can do. But if we ever see sort of Wish go for greedy arcane blink plays without popping the BKB, which can be tempting when it has that reduced cast time. You see Skylark. Good call onto the two. Big egg follow-ups there as well. Out with the Requiem too. They've got the full team fight combo coming through to decimate. At 2-fix and Flax jump over as well on towards Uka. He's going to try and escape with the Timber Chain and the TP, but the Yules is there to cancel the escape and to clean up another. And just sort of the showcase of the team fight that Brame do have. When the execution's there, it just seems very easy with these heroes.
Yeah, I mean, Skylark is so on point with his blink calls this game. Every single time getting 2 to 3 heroes, it feels like. And they have such good follow-up, as you're mentioning. Onto that high ground. They got quite a bit of time here. Should be able to set themselves up for a quick Rax with this Deso picked up.
Yeah, being able to take that sort of fight outside the base, that makes it a lot easier for them to do this now up to the high ground. Arcane Blink now complete from Wish, so look out for those very snappy Requiems that will be coming into play.
Oh, and they're setting up for bottom. Runic, he's in trouble.
Oh yeah, but no BKB. There's not really any chance for a TP here. He can pop his Enrage, try and run away from them all. He's going to attempt for a TP in the trees, but there's no chance with the Yules that they have in play. That's Runic. He kited up and burst down there by Wish with the raises. That's Runic.
It's so crazy how fast the raise is cast. You can't even see the animation with the Arcane Blink.
It's going to be very hard for Runic to play against until he has the BKB. 2,500 gold into it.
Yep.
Still needs a bit more time to farm it up, and then maybe he'll have a chance to sort of live. If he's able to dodge the initial call from Skylark, get that BKB off and sort of hammer into the SF, maybe can mess Wish up enough to stop him from getting the opportunity to get that Requiem out, even with that reduced cast time.
He's gonna need something. He's gonna need some type of blessing, because they also have a Phoenix that they have to deal with who's same level as his Monkey King, has a BKB, 9-1 and 14 this game. Just absolutely killing it.
And there we go,
And
Aegis. Focus. Now with the Aegis and the Monkey King, they can definitely get away with trying to push high ground with the team alive on burjui.
And even more so about having to 100 to 0 a hero, because they also cheese, so they're going to be able to pop that probably and turn the fight as well. So burjui has to be very careful. Wish on the prowl here a bit. Trying to see if they can maybe catch Flax. Kilo.
Radiant's bottom tower
He's the one scouting.
It's very hard for burjui. I mean, Runic. It's up top, trying to find some sort of area to finish off this BKB. And this Spartan here on his own. Uka. No control on him to keep Spartan around. Spartan's able to get away with pushing out like this. Bottom lane. At the attempt here. On towards Kilomancer. They've found him. And they will surely get him. Wish. Quick with the raises. Another kill for this SF. 11, 1, and 8. Same time up top.
Immediately botsing up top. They can look for the fight.
They're over. They've got control of this outpost they're in. And see if they can catch something else from this. The glimpse being used into the pit. Runic. He's hitting in onto Wish, but Wish, ooh, he's done a turn. He's going to pop those raises and take him out. Didn't even need to use the Requiem for that kill. He can hold it for something else. As Flax and Uka, the last two here, left running back towards the base. They will manage to scramble themselves away.
It's really feeling so impossible as there's just too much for them to deal with. It feels like they're playing versus 4 cores, just so much farm on all these heroes. I mean, the Monkey King, their focus was able to just zone away 3 heroes, it felt like, by himself because of his Aegis too.
They managed to get the setup on a focus. They'll take him the once.
He's got the cheese too.
Oh, but Wish he's in.
Looking to jump in.
They did get the Yules to mess up the combo that he was attempting for. Now get it off. Put the Supernova. They're pushed out to the side. That was at least, what, a couple of BKBs, Supernova and a Requiem used. And now with the glimpse on Focus, his BKB's on cooldown for 10 seconds. He's into the Static Storm. He's going to be able to pop the cheese, but the swipes, they're stacking up. Are they able to finish him off? He's solo, they'll get him. Focus goes down. Skylark also likely to fall here as he's stuck up on the high ground. Spartan's trying to run in. Will manage to beat down Uka, but the bashes are there from Runic. Spartan's still doing an incredible amount of damage. Gets the double as he beats out the Ursa as well. They will kill him for it, but Spartan definitely getting the job done there as he runs back in and punches out of the game both Uka and Runic.
How many levels did he just get for those two? Dude, he got 5,200 experience for those 2 kills. He just had gotten the Axe, just ran through, had all the bonus damage, and actually gets the 2 big kills. Oh my god.
Burjui's not quite done yet. They're into the trees. Kilomancer was playing around with both Stominant and Wish. Wish has hung around for this. His BKB's still on cooldown for a couple of seconds. He's gone. Stominant, he's going for the TP out. He'll make it. But this is quite a messy push there from Brame. Some big heroes dying. And they didn't even get the melee Rex in that lane. The melee Rex was kept alive whilst Brame were trying to sort of go in deeper and look to play for the fight. I mean, sure, they're still 24k ahead pretty comfortably in the lead, but it is another bit of a glimpse of Burjui's potential to hold and turn these fights around despite being as far behind as they are.
I mean, it honestly would have been a pretty big win for them there if Spartan didn't kill 2 of their heroes.
Yeah, it's a good job. It's a good job Spartan did run back in. Otherwise, that would have been an awful series of events for Brame.
Yeah, it feels like Burjui still needs that to happen probably a couple more times in this game, at least maybe 3 more times or 4 more.
Maybe 4.
For them to really feel like they're back, but it's a step toward the right direction.
It's something. You know, they've shown it. They've done it twice now. Situations where Brame's really gone in and they've lost a lot of heroes for it. How we're seeing on some of the big items, the Aghanims for a 2 fix is, he's now only 800 gold away. It's very likely that this Disruptor will have an Aghs before the next push comes in, unless Brame is very quick about it. All Flax. He has been caught by a Stomp hit, and they're in with a follow-up call. Flax outside of the base will get taken out. Does have buyback available, though, for the hold.
Yeah. He's also, I actually did not really get to see how high level he did get from the fight, too, because they did survive. He's level 23 on the Invoker, too, so yeah, he's got potential. I see he's got Refresher queued up, too, and he's got Max Exort with an Aghanims.
The double
so
Cataclysm.
Potential for the double Cataclysm, yeah.
And they've certainly got, as we've seen 2 times now where Brame has been as far ahead as they are, but have still definitely lost the team fight. Let's see what Brame wants to go for now. At least try and poke out the Invoker buyback and at least try and get another set of racks done. Let's focus. It's going to be opened up upon by this stun. The Cataclysm coming down, but the War Runic, he just gets ripped apart.
He just gets destroyed.
He tried to go in on the front, but he just disappeared Runic down and out for 70. No buyback on him and Spartan. He's now starting to charge in onto Atufix underneath the tower. Buyback comes out from Uka. They've finished up the melee racks top. We'll see what they can play around with here. As Uka turns over towards Spartan. Spartan, with that Aghanim, is able to get that magic immunity, turn things around. Skylark with the call in onto Flax and Killermancer. Static Storm is down to control Focus for the time being, but they've lost Killermancer. Uka's heading over with the burst onto Focus. Focus is in trouble. The tornado play comes out from Flax. They'll kill off the Monkey King. Uka's trying to chase for more. He's going to be able to burst down Spartan with the Whirling Death. Flax turning over towards Skylark, the Cold Snap and the Ice Wall down. They're kiting up the Axe. They'll turn and beat down Skylark as well. The three of them killing off another. If they'll hold back Brame, they'll keep this game going. Did cost them 2 buybacks, and again, it's the defenses are costing them more and more, but it is another defense.
Yeah, I mean, they are still taking some pretty decent fights, and we are seeing a little bit of, some synergy not working the best here from the side of Brame. Some axe calls from Skylark. He is getting the calls, but his team doesn't seem to be ready for them all the time. He's just jumping in, and then the follow-up comes late. burjui does get some type of kills and some type of advantage leading back toward them. Still need it, like we said, a lot more of this one. It is still also the Ursa dying pretty much every single time.
I mean, that's sort of Runic's. I mean, we said he had to be the one that stays alive. I mean, it seems like the strat is the opposite. The fights where he doesn't stay alive, they're the ones that are going the best for burjui. He's won 9-7, but his team don't care. It's strangely working out. They're keeping the game alive.
Yeah, at least they've got some big items now too, but
refreshing,
it really is just such a big concern, right? Your Ursa is quite a bit below everybody else, all those other cores, even the support Phoenix, and his catch-up is just very hard. Even when he has a BKB, if he did want to go for it, like we said, there's going to be so many things that go through. His game is just, tough.
He's been 2,500 gold into that BKB for the last 15 minutes, it feels. He's just had no progression, bless him, with the way these fights have been happening. And he's going to have that gold held back once more by the looks of it here. Oh, able to get the enrage off. He's going to try and run away from this. He's got teammates to help out. Atufix does come in with the Static Storm down. Wish popping the BKB Requiem, but it's going to push this Ursa deep away from the rest of the team. Runic will go down. Supernova easily able to be kited by burjui's Flax, but not Atufix. There's now 2 down without buyback. Brame, they're going to come in. We'll see what burjui can do with just the 3 of them alive.
Oh, and I don't think we pointed this out either, but our poor man Runic is 1-10 this game on the Ursa.
It's rough.
It's been rough for him.
Oh, Uka.
Uka is making him work for a little bit here.
Nice little flicker play, but he's still dead. And he also without buyback. 2 minutes, no Timbersaw. Now this, we've seen Brame sort of struggle to close the game. The last few times that they've headed to the high ground, but this time round, with 3 dead, only the Invoker and the Nyx Assassin to worry about. They should be fine, unless Killermancer gets like a 5-man impale into a double Cataclysm. Maybe. We'll see.
That's what they need. That is exactly what they need.
Oh, but Wish.
Okay. Just kidding.
Yeah, they're not going to get it. Wish ends the game pretty much there with the Blink. The Arcane Blink blows up the Invoker, and they'll be able to close this one out here. Brame, Tier 4's going down. And no chance for a defense here from burjui. So Brame, this second game, 43-16, 34k lead at the end of it all. Quite the different game from game 1. burjui, they had a few fights from behind, but they were ever so far behind the whole of this game for them.
Yeah, I mean, this one was just all 3 lanes lost, and they had no team fight to really recover them at all. Sure, they got some kills, and they did have some attempted kind of comebacks in this one, but I feel like that was handed to them.
There we go, the rampage in the fountain. Why not? There we go. And the game's over. I mean, hey, you're already up sort of, 43-18. Why not add a rampage?